Somebody has just pointed out, I seem to be all at sixes and sevens today, but somebody just pointed out that I referred to the show with Mick Graham and Isabel at Oakshott as being GB News, whereas in fact it is, of course, as anyone knows, talkTV. And talkTV is the sort of lesser, the lesser known brother of GB News, the one that Nadine Dorris had. And yeah, you may think they're sort of interchangeable. I must say I do think they're almost interchangeable. And I remember before both of them began, I was scouted by, I think, both channels, and I went along. I did a pilot for, I think it was Talk TV. I'm not sure, and I found it quite an unpleasant experience. And I now realise the person who sidled up to me during the show, and I think sat next to me, and suddenly started asking really quite inappropriate questions, I think was Mick Graham. And he was pretending to be a sort of ordinary punter from the street, but clearly he wasn't. And he struck me as a nasty person then, and he strikes me as still a nasty person now. But Isabel Oakshott, I think, takes the biscuit. That's not a reference to the biscuit game, which I think is something Stephen Fry describes in one of his novels. But Isabel Oakshott is... I don't think she can claim to be a journalist in this case anymore, because her partner is Richard Tice, because this is a loaded political dice. I think she's rolled this inappropriately. I think this might be a story that is worth coming out at some point, but it's not appropriate for her to be the person with her finger on the button, and it's not appropriate to be promulgated in this nudge, nudge, wink, wink, innuendo-laden and embellished nebulosity. It's once you see through the clouds, once you see through the mists, you realise what a nasty, crawly, creepy, vermiculous infestation this sort of journalism, pseudo-journalism, ushers in. This is nasty stuff, and I'm sorry to be treading in the same steps as Oakshott, but I don't see that there's any way that I can actually expose this without giving her the room to explain what she's done or repeating what she's said. Hearsay isn't enough here, because of the innuendo, because of the nature. She doesn't actively say exactly what she's alleging, but Mick Graham is as much in it as she is. I've listened again, and I think they're both up to it in some sort of. This is copraphage in the most unpleasant way. It's simply ordurous, and this is not journalism. This is filth.